How'd you feel Saturday out there in the action you were able to have?
It was good. Always good to just get out there, shake the rust off, get back in the flow of what it feels like to play in the game. So I was happy. It's crazy you get all warmed up and all ready to go, and then they tell you, "Are you done?" Like, damn, I want to keep playing, but that's the preseason though. So.
Is it good to kind of recover at the end of that first drive and get the stop after a little bit of a rough start?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, a lot of it is just getting back in the rhythm of a game. First time actually competing against somebody other than our offense in a while. So, like I said, just getting back in the rhythm. And we got a team full of vets, guys that made plays and stuff like that. So I knew once we settled in, even on that first drive, we was understood. All right, let's settle in, let's lock in. It was good. It was good feeling to have that red zone stop too. So. Always builds confidence.
It's been a couple weeks of training camp, so what's it like for you to get the joint practices and a chance to go against somebody else?
Oh, man, I'm really looking forward to it. Joint practice is always my favorite part of training camp, just because I feel like it's really the only time you really get to, hone your skills against somebody outside of the building. It's a little different when you're going against, JT, Naeem. Obviously, we push each other all year, but those are your guys, so you want to take care of them to an extent. These other guys, I don't care. So, you really get better, so that's the way.
Do you watch any tape? Will you look at the lines at all a little bit before this?
I've come to learn over the years that you should check them out just a little bit. You want to go in blind, but honestly, just it's the preseason still. It's still just practice, so you kind of want to just feel the looks and kind of go after, because no matter how much scouting you do, you're always going to go against some unscouted looks, so it's not really that big of a deal. So.
Coach Bradley's talked a lot about banked experiences, and he thinks you guys are going to get a lot of them against the Lions. How do you think that's going to help you as you guys kind of settle into this defensive scheme?
Oh, man, I think it's going to be good. I mean, obviously, practicing against the Lions, putting ourselves in situations is going to be adversity regardless. They're going to create adverse situations, and Coach Bradley talks a lot about, those type of times really helping us gel and, like I said, build confidence as a team. So the faster we can get put to the fire, the faster, we can kind of mold our defense into what we want it to be. So.
When you guys are in individuals or in the meeting room, what's it like having Cato?
Oh, man, I love having Cato in there. It's such a unique perspective, from a guy that not only played at a high level, kind of came out the mud. I think he was 6th-round draft pick to a Pro Bowl player, Super Bowl champ. And the fact that he did it here, obviously is always a good feeling. But then when you got a former player in your room that's played for a time, he could just give you that perspective outside of the X's and O's. Like, look, this is what the books say. This is what the coaches are telling me to tell you. But look, I know what it feels like to be in that situation when I competed against guys like that. Because when coaches, a lot of times that that haven't played, they don't know what it's like to go against a Naeem. They don't know what it's like to go against a guy that's really got these certain type of skill sets and how to really beat those type of guys. So Cato definitely brings a great perspective. So.
It seems like there's been a lot of growth in the pass rush area. I know you're kind of watching them, but how does that affect the defensive toll? How much does that excite you as a linebacker for that you have that pressure up front?
Oh, no question. When the guys up front going to get the QB, it's just everything works together. When they're going to get it, it makes you want to cover that much better because, for one, you ain't have to cover that long. And then two, it's either they're going to get the sack or the quarterback going to throw the ball where he ain't supposed to throw it. And there ain't no yo-yo on it. So once they let it go, it's mine now. So that's how it
What's
works.
been the biggest adjustment this year with the changes?
I'll really probably just say terminology for the most part. I think, Coach Bradley and our former staff was similar families, so it's some similarities. But I would just say, when you got a new system, it's making sure everybody's speaking that same language. So what we might call something or what he might call something, it's the same thing. We just calling it something different. So getting our new language onto their language so we all speaking the same thing is just probably the biggest adjustment. Oh, man, he frustrated, bro. He was upset. I already knew who he was. I know he missed being on the road and just being in the pre-game routine. And, I know it kills him to be out there, not to be out there with the guys. But I keep telling him, man, get right so you ain't got to get right no more. So, we definitely can't wait to have him back, knowing he's doing everything possible in his power to, get back as fast as possible. Every morning I see him in there working on the field and doing different things, trying to get back. So I know he's chopping at the bit to get back, but he going to be back in due time for sure. Just a growth and confidence, It's always good to see Speed, just stepping up and making good plays. I mean, I love seeing Speed play, man. It turned me up. When Speed make the play, I'm on the sideline, I'm turning him up. He turning up on the field, so it's lit. So Speed, that's my boy, man. It's always great to see him. He just, that athletic ability and just the different plays he can make is always a bonus on the field, so for sure.
Was an example of that the hit that he put on Duke Johnson?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when you got a guy like Speed out there, don't drop nothing in the flat like it's easy like that, because it's dangerous out there. So don't do that.
How impressed were you with Weatherford's performance on Saturday?
Oh man, I was happy for him, man. I know what that means, to make a big play. Obviously, a little slower start in camp, but definitely getting that ball rolling. I told him it's a marathon, not a sprint. And like I said, I was happy to get that play, but I told him that I was like, listen, man, the thing about the preseason in the NFL, for the most part, you got to do it again. You got to keep putting it on tape because, look, ain't nobody going to be talking about this next week. So you got to keep making plays. But I was definitely happy to see him make that play. I know it meant a lot to him. I know it's just a confident booster for him, something to build on. So that was awesome.
When you think of your career arc, do you look at some of these young guys who are not names and have a feeling for them and what they're going through?
Oh, no question. And I feel like especially dealing with guys like Sterling, Forrest, JoJo, James, all the young LBs, even the young guys in other rooms. I always just try to get them the game that either I wish I got or the old heads gave me when I was there, in their position. Just about taking care of your body, taking advantage of your opportunities, and really just believing in yourself. A lot of times, when you the guy that's not a name and nobody really care, you kind of just feel like you just a ghost in the room. But just keep chucking your opportunity gonna come, and look, you gotta make the plays that come to you, just like my boy Sterling. So
What have you personally looked at and focused on throughout the offseason and training camp to improve and grow your game?
For me, it's just really just trying to be more of a playmaker, and that just making more plays on the ball. Really, my coverage. I know it's definitely dealing in the spring. Coach Bradley was going to put me in a lot more positions, and man-to-man coverage. So that's just something I've really been focusing on. Pretty much all off season. Getting at the ball and stuff like that. So because 5-3 will show you getting that ball out, get you paid. So that's all I'm worried about. So for sure. So.